Hi, my name is George Helou from Mind Power Coach. I'm here to share with you right now the empowerment principle of confrontation. Now, confrontation is something that a lot of us avoid a lot of the times because we seem to fuse with confrontation conflict. We can't imagine confrontation without conflict, which is justly why we want to avoid it all the time. So what is it about confrontation that we do need to have that skill? No doubt. If you don't confront your issues, if you don't confront people who you have an issue with, then often the problem's going to get a lot worse, right? So how can we improve the way we confront? Well, I'm going to share that with you now. So the first thing we need to do in order to remove that conflict is to assume that the person has got good intent, good intentions. Now, that is a fundamental mistake we generally make. So when we are trying to interpret someone's behavior or what's going on, we will normally go, oh, that person is trying to have a go at me, or they're disrespecting me. And we just assume that their intention is to do harm to us. But what I'm saying is suspend that judgment. Assume you're wrong. Be humble. And this is where I want to talk to you about the approach. How can we approach people? By holding the assumption that they've got good intentions. Well, do it respectfully, from a humble place that perhaps you're wrong, and with that open mind, you can be confused and come from a place where you seek to understand, right? So when you're seeking to understand, you're deciding that what is it about how I'm interpreting this that's making me want to draw a conclusion that that person's got a bad intent. I'm going to assume they've got a good intent, so let me help them explain to me what I'm missing. So it'd be something along the lines of this, right? Hi, look, I just wanted you to know that just back there where you said a few things, you said it in a tone that I don't want to misinterpret. It came across as if you assumed this of me or that of me. Have I got it wrong? Is there something that I'm missing? Because I know that you're a great person and you mean well, and we've got a good connection, but I just wanted to run that by you. Now, when you do it that way, you're seeking to understand. You create a safe, respectful space so that that person can feel they're not being attacked, that you're allowing them to share with you what you've missed. And so therefore they will inform you, oh, actually, no, I was just meaning this or meaning that, and my tone, well, I'm not sure about my tone. Maybe it's because I just got off the phone and someone really was challenging me, and maybe that was the reason. So that gives you an opportunity to go, okay, you were actually projecting their tone and assuming it was about you, and then that allows you to really start to deepen your connection with them, which means that you're not going to easily just sell them down the river just because they're in a bit of a mood, right? So when you do that, there's a great opportunity to find out that you got it wrong. But what if you didn't get it wrong? What if they actually did purposefully retaliate against you in a disrespectful way? Well, that's when you get to ask the question. You need to question why they have that bad intent, right? That gives them an opportunity to try to justify it. And if they're going to try to justify it, they're going to be sharing with you how they're interpreting the way you've been coming across to them. And that's where you may discover that they misinterpreted you. Now, when you share that with them, you're clearing the air. You're giving them the opportunity to reconnect with you and know that both of you have got good intent towards another, and not to let misinterpretation justify treating each other disrespectfully and losing trust. Now, however, what if they don't want to believe you? What if you have got good intentions and they don't want to believe you? Well, I want to address that, because this is about setting a boundary. If someone is adamant that you've got bad intent when you know you don't. But let me just cover off this challenge. What if you were wrong? What if you did have bad intent because you wrongly assumed that you shouldn't trust them, and they gave you the information that made you realize you did wrong by them? This is your opportunity to apologize, to be humble. Don't put the pressure on yourself to be perfect, and show them how that you're willing to accept criticism in a graceful way. It will deepen the connection, and it will also show what you're willing to do for the relationship, which is to eat that humble pie and to create an opportunity to grow with that person when they're sharing criticism that may be valid. So have that courage to do that. But what if you were genuinely meaning well by them, but they still didn't want to believe you? In that case, when someone's adamant that they need to believe you're lying and you're not to be trustworthy no matter what effort you're making to improve the connection, that's when you set a boundary. And you need to set that boundary to say, look, I don't deserve to be treated this way, and I am doing my best to connect with you and to build a foundation between us with trust and respect. But if you're going to be adamant that that's not possible with me and that I'm lying, then I need to respect myself and keep a distance between you and I until you decide that perhaps I'm worth connecting with those values in place. I am going to keep my distance. That's how you set a boundary, and you follow through on that because you deserve better, and that is the bottom line. Now, and also you're giving someone, by example, the best way to have a backbone and affirm your own values and how you want to be treated. You're showing how to do it with someone, and often that inspires people to want to respect you anyway. Now, I hope that's helped, and I hope now you can look around in your environment for relationships that you're avoiding confrontation, and perhaps now you have an approach you can rehearse in your mind and have a go, and you'll improve your relationships. You'll deepen your connection with them, but you'll also give yourself the opportunity to remove that odd one or two toxic relationships that you don't deserve to maintain, and to continue that cycle of having ill intent with each other and causing a downward spiral that just makes you sick. So I urge you to confront without conflict with the approach that I've shared, and you're going to transform your life. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.